Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would do a Dollar Tree St. Patty's Day pot DIYs. Which of these is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, A, B, or C. Okay, in today's video, I picked up one of these packets of pots from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to go ahead and open this. I think these are absolutely adorable, by the way. And I thought in case we wanted a matte black, because this has a little shine to it, you could see from my light there, I'm going to go ahead and paint this. Okay, while my pot is drying, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're going to do with these. Okay, if you decided you didn't want to paint it, because that might be a waste of time, because this stuff is plastic and shiny, and so therefore for paint to adhere to it well is going to be kind of difficult. I was hoping to add like detailing so that you could kind of see what's supposed to be. This looks like this is supposed to be like additional handles to like lift the pot up on the sides, but I'm not sure that's even necessary in all honesty, but I mean, you could choose to add, if you wanted to, you could take clay, air dry clay, and then just wrap it around and try to smooth it out and make it look a little bit more realistic. Personally, though, I don't think you guys want to see me doing that. I'm not the best with clay, frankly, so I don't think I'm the best candidate for that. But I'm going to bring these in. And I thought this would look really cute wrapped around, but then I'm realizing, oh my gosh, this is way too, these are too large to be wrapped around here. So that was totally my bad. Okay, so back to it. I decided I'm actually going to Mod Podge tissue paper to this without the handle, um, because I want to make sure. I wonder if I could take these handles off and then put them back in. Can't imagine why I couldn't, but they seem pretty well attached. In any case, I'm not too worried about the handle anyway. But I want to go ahead and Mod Podge. I have this black paper napkin that I got from Dollar Tree. I don't know when I got it, but I want to go ahead and Mod Podge this on. This should be more than enough to cover this whole surface. I'm not worried about the inside. I just want to make sure the outside looks better than it does, because paint's not going to stick onto this anyways. So I want to make sure, I tried the paint method and I don't trust that it's going to stick well. It'll probably just scrape right off. So I want to Mod Podge this to also give it more of, I don't know how to explain it, but make it feel more, I don't know, realistic, because this feels way too shiny for my taste. So first we got to pull the ply pieces apart, and I think I remember, oh, I should probably use tape actually, because I've seen tricks about that elsewhere on YouTube where you take tape to try to pull apart. I don't know how well this is going to work just because the way it's stuck together. Okay, I guess it does work. Oh boy, but it tears so easily because it's Dollar Tree. So I just wanted to get far enough in. I'm not looking for perfection here anyway. I think this is only 2-ply. It is Dollar Tree, so I don't expect more than 2-ply, to be honest. Most other napkins you buy are probably going to be 3 or 4-ply. Okay, so I'm going to use my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to kind of go to town here, and I'll try to speed up the process. But I'm going to start with the bottom, actually, and then try to stick that down. And then I'll try to do the sides, and then once that dries, I'll, go from there. But I actually don't mind if this has bumps and things, because I think that'll look cooler, honestly. And then I can later add this metallic gold, like just kind of roughly on there, and I think that'll look really, really pretty. So I'm just going to rip these to shreds. So all I'm doing here is I'm taking my Mod Podge, layering it on top of sections at a time on my pot, and then adding the black napkin on top, and then just adding more Mod Podge on top of that just so it adheres well. And I'm trying to make it as flat to the surface as possible, even though there's going to be wrinkles because this is napkin, so it acts just like tissue paper. So this is just basic decoupage. As an option, you can choose to also paint on top of this if you don't have black tissue paper or napkin or anything like that. You can definitely use any shade of color and then paint with a chalk paint on top of that once it's dried. It does take more time to do that. I decided to skip that step because I liked the way mine was looking once it dried after the Mod Podge or decoupaging was done and dried. All right, if you're not a crafty person, but you really want to do some kind of a treat for kids or whatever for St. Patrick's Day, let's say you're throwing some kind of a party, I think these would be really great. This pack of 5 of pots, and you can actually also buy these coins. They come 30 pieces a pack. I think that's pretty awesome. Alternatively, you can also intermix this with maybe some chocolate coins I've seen before. I don't know where to get them. I wasn't looking for them because I just wanted to give you some ideas. But I wanted to see how much I can fill in here and how much I have left so you can kind of have an idea. All right, looks like one pack fits just one of these. I would recommend incorporating some chocolates into it. Even cooler if maybe you make it a game or something like that. That'd be really fun. But I really like these. I think they're really pretty. A 4-leaf clover for good luck. And funny thing that they have the coins like this, but then any other decor they have, it's only 3-leaf clovers. I don't know if anyone's noticed that or anything like that, but I've noticed that. And in any case, yeah, but these are nice. I like these. They're plastic, obviously, but I like these. I think these are good for just these pots, but you're going to end up spending, if you wanted to get each pot filled and you wanted to only use these coins, maybe there's some kind of game they can earn these coins or something like that. But they can only, I would tell them maybe they can only max out at 30 pieces. Maybe you have a small group of 5 children. Maybe it's your child and 4 others. And maybe they have to play games and earn X amount of coins. Maybe each of these coins are worth X amount of points. You can say 1, 10, whatever points. And then they can throw these in here as they earn them. And maybe you have a jar somewhere or something that you set aside and then you like gift it to them or something like that. I think that would be super cool. But yeah, if you're not a crafty person but you want to use these anyways, absolutely you can. And each child can have their own. Up to you if you want to put their names on here. My only method that I would use to try to put their names on here is maybe like a silver Sharpie, and we can test that out right now. All right, so I have a gold Sharpie that's actually your better option for St. Patrick's Day anyways. So say you want to put, the names on here, just note that there's definitely that kind of crack in the middle. Don't let that get to you. You could also buy like the label things that they sell, the chalkboard ones, and then just write the names on that before you stick it on. That actually might be a better option, to be honest. But I like the idea of using gold. So you could probably use this on those labels as well. I don't have any on hand. Let me double check actually. All right, turns out I don't have any, but honestly, I would recommend just handwriting on here because if you use a sticker label, most likely it's going to have bumps along the edges and that's not going to look so pretty. So, for example, I'm just going to, hopefully this will show up. Or you might need to put some white on it first Yeah, that's not even, I don't think you can even see that. That is so hard to see, even in real life. That's really hard to see. So, if you have any suggestions or ideas, I thought this would be cool to have everyone's names on there. I don't know that it's required. You could just, well, it's not necessarily required, but then kids might mix up theirs if they're like, carrying it around and they might mix up theirs with someone else's. Personally, I recommend that you paint it first anyway, and then that way the Sharpie should show up a little bit better, maybe. Or maybe you have like a better option. You could hand paint the name on there. That's a lot more work. This one's showing up a little bit better with a second round. I would just create name tags for these and then just have them wrapped around the handle. So you can do that in any form that you wish, whether that's paper or some other form, just so that kids know which ones is theirs and they don't get their stuff mixed up, if that makes sense. You can use a sticker version, you can do a fabric version, whatever makes sense to you or whatever works for you. I thought it'd be kind of cute to use gold ribbon and then write the names on that ribbon, if that makes sense. But anyway, hopefully those options are helpful. Anyway, if you have ideas, let me know in the comments below. But in any case, I wanted to show you the original pot that I painted black. I did not have any primer, by the way. For anybody that's going to be like, why didn't you use primer first? I don't own any primer. And I'm like, I don't think this is going to stick very well. And it's also going to take some time to dry. And I think either I missed this section completely, which is probably more likely the case, or I think it's because that's where I have my fingers maybe to hold it. But either I missed that section entirely or it just didn't adhere at all, if that makes any sense. It definitely looks to me a little bit more realistic. I would expect a pot to be more matte like this, anyways. And then the Mod Podge version, it's starting to dry. I'm actually really liking this extra texture. Um, Even with a little bit of sheen, I can paint over it, and then it's going to look more like this. Let me know in the comments below which one you are leaning towards, the Mod Podge version or just straight on paint. I just wanted to give you an idea of how these are looking. Sorry, just slightly off the screen, but just to give you an idea. I actually like the extra bumps and crevices and things like that because it's going to take the gold paint later on a lot better. Yeah, it also helps to cover up any imperfections, if that makes sense. But I love the texture. I think this is going to turn out really cool. I think I had a missing spot that never got any coverage. Let me double check here. I'm not sure where I saw it. Maybe I'll find it later. But I still have to go over this edge. I'm not going to do the inside. The inside doesn't matter. It's just the outside. I'm just going to go over this a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. Okay, so I ended up taking out another one of these pots. I'm gonna just do an experiment here. So this is the way it is. Oh, it's got my name on it. I'm gonna actually smear some of this gold on there with my finger. Same with this one. And later on this one, but this section is still drying, so that's gonna be a little bit later. So I'm going to start with this piece first, and then I'll do this piece, and then I'll do a side-by-side comparison. And this is for people like me, possibly, who didn't have any primer. Um, I believe I heard that Mod Podge can be used as a primer. So if you want to Mod Podge this first, you can certainly do that. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that because I already have the Mod Podge. So I'll go ahead and do that off camera. All right, so here is the other pot. I got Mod Podge all over it. You can see little spots there, and that's because it's done on plastic. I'm going to let this hang to dry. I skipped the handle because I'm not worried about the handle, to be honest. But anyways, here is, this is still drying, of course. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to cover up my Mod Podge, and we're going to go ahead and add some gold touches to this one. So let's see here. If I can get this open. There we go. See if I can, I'm just going to pour it into, I like to do it this way because that way I don't have to worry about, this is pretty old. You can see that with the clump right there. It's pretty old. and I don't like to replace things until it's completely used up. So that's probably way more than I need, and I'm just gonna use my finger because it's like the cheapest instrument I own. And I'm just gonna not looking for perfection. I'm just roughly, if I need to, I could tone some areas down, but I'm just going to try to quickly. If you have rub and buff, that might be a little bit easier or better or something. Frankly, I should have just watered this one down. That would work too. And be less messy and much easier. I'm trying to not have too much excess anywhere. Feel free to use a different tool if you have one that you think is going to work way better. All right, I'm going to let that just kind of sit and dry. I kind of like that and how imperfect it is, to be honest. And if that's not your style, you know, that's totally fine. Feel free to do whatever you like to your own DIY. And, you know, I can't really get the crevices here. I'm going to leave that. I'm okay with that. And in some areas, I might go back and revisit these areas and try to like not make it so strong and gold. Some areas I think are great, and other areas could use some work. But otherwise, overall, I really like how that looks. And now we're just going to wait on, probably get started on this one, honestly. But this one, the problem is it's not going to have a lot of ridges. So it's not going to be, I think the ridges are going to really make how the other one looks the way it looks. Like, that still needs to dry. But just to give you an idea, compared to like this compared to this, I like this way better personally. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So this is not non-primed, just directly painted on, and it's going to take some time to dry, but I do want to wrap up this video. And this one is still drying, and then I can do gold on this once both of these are dry and do a final reveal too. And here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Personally, I'm partial to C because I really love a textured piece. So let me know which one of these you would prefer. I'm really curious to know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.